Hello and welcome to the Redhead and the Bearded Beauty. I am the Bearded Beauty.
I'm the Redhead.
And you're back?
I'm back. Post-COVID.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
It was quiet here without you.
Oh, I don't... I've heard that from other people. They're like, wow, your absence was noticeable. I'm like, that's not a compliment.
Now you're feeling better though?
Yeah. It was more like a cold than anything. It was pretty mild, but yeah.
You still worked through the whole thing, so.
Yeah, I did. But I wasn't wearing pants, so it was better. It was superior. I had Pomeranians and sweatpants. It was great.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So we are recording this on Tuesday,
Yes.
and we had to wait for the council meeting to get over.
Yeah.
So it a little bit late in the day when we were recording this. They had a marathon meeting, lots of stuff to cover.
Yep, 9 to a little after 4 today. Not our longest meeting.
Not the longest one we've ever had, but
Yeah.
probably the longest agenda we've ever had.
Yeah, longest agenda. The others went long because of public comment. And then we had that baseball meeting that lasted until after midnight and stuff.
Yeah, that one started at 6 p.m. after midnight. But
Yeah, that was like 6 hours. But this is the longest agenda, and there were big topics.
Yeah, 24 items on the agenda, plus 5 public agenda speakers, 2 proclamations, and a partridge on a pear tree.
Yeah.
So it was a long meeting.
It was a long one. We did some good things. We approved our legislative agenda for the year. We approved the home ARP program, which basically they'll go forward and housing can now pursue a building for both housing and services for the homeless population. So that's going to be a lengthy process. There's going to be a lot more collaboration with that plan. But
yep, and, they also had a couple of different IRBs, industrial revenue bonds out there.
Yep, one for Textron.
And
shout out to Textron, Bell Textron, for getting that helicopter work. So great for our community. What was it, $1.4 billion? I
don't remember the number, but it was pretty big.
Yeah, that's really cool because some of that work will trickle to Wichita and it'll mean more jobs and work for the aerospace industry. It's going to be really neat.
Then we had some union contracts that got approved as well. I believe the fire department.
Teamsters. Yeah,
it's got a lot of good stuff going on today.
Yeah, big stuff. So,
yeah. And then what else did we had going on? It seems like I will say that last week I said that next week we would be bringing the website forward, and it seems like every time I open my mouth on when timing of something, it gets pushed back. I am more than anxious to get that one moved forward, but we hit a little bit of a snag. It's still going forward. We're just going to push it back, hopefully just 1 week this time.
Well, we got confirmation after the last podcast from Lonnie. Shout out to Lonnie. Potentially our only non-city employee watcher. He has concerns that information on the website is going to be lost with the data shift. But from sitting in on those meetings, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, there might be information. I'd be careful how I say this. That is not there, but it's not really. It's like, does anybody really need it? We're just pushing it out there, just push stuff out. But I think some of the concerns Lonnie had was stuff with boards and that sort of stuff. No, that's going to remain. We're going to try to find how users want to use the website, like what are they looking for, and let's put that front and center. Let's make it easier for the user and not what's best and easiest for the staff. You know?
Definitely.
Not shape it by department, but what categories are users looking for. So that'd be as far as the data. We're hoping that there's no data loss. We're going to work hard to ensure with our vendor that we get everything we need pulled back over, and hopefully make improvements that make it so much better than what it is now.
Yeah, so. and the vendor's done this with lots of other cities, and so they kind of have a baseline of what they're looking at in terms of how it's going to be formulated, but then we'll do customization on top of that. So I've been working this for a year and a half, so I'm more than ready to move this one forward in front of council, and actually hopefully they approve it, and then we can start with the build phase. So Tyler's done.
Yeah, so. I'm ready to move on that one. So
let's see, Thursday we're having a groundbreaking for the new Patrol East, another project that's been in the works for several years. Had lots of community input and partnership collaboration on that. So we're going to finally break ground. Now it is supposed to rain. The one day a week is supposed to rain on the groundbreaking. But So
that's very needed. I've been out to the Patrol East a couple of times, and it's very tight quarters there. So
yeah, there's like a shower curtain for a door in a storage facility and stuff. Like it's time.
Yeah.
So
what's the location on that one again? I don't know if I got.
I would have to look at my calendar. I have slept since then, so there's too much like data rolling around in my warehouse of a brain. So yeah.
I feel like we have this weekend we have Winter Wonderland down at Nafsker Park.
Winter Wonderland with the tree lighting, 5 p.m. at Nafsker Park, Evergy Pavilion at Nafsker Park on Saturday, December 10th. It's really great. The park staff has been working really hard on that event. They just go above and beyond every single year. I heard this is the first time this information is out there, but I heard that our park and director Troy Heltman actually called Santa.
He called him.
Got him on the phone.
Was he wanting to know if he'd been naughty or nice?
Well, I think we all know that Troy Heltman is probably on the nice list. He does a lot of good things.
Not the direction I would have gone with that.
Oh, well, no, he does such good things for the community.
He does.
But he asked Santa to be at the event, and I think Santa is going to be there.
Wow.
I know. Now,
celebrity guest appearance,
potentially with Mrs. Claus. Now, it's sad that Troy can't be there himself. So Troy will not be there, but Santa Claus will.
Santa Claus will be there. All right.
Yeah. So
and we can take pictures with Santa?
You can take pictures with Santa at the downtown Wichita Santa house. He will be there the whole time.
There we have a selfie sleigh, too, I believe, don't we?
Yes, so that you can slay.
Yeah.
You can slay.
Yeah. About that. There's also,
that's getting cut out. That's getting cut out of this broadcast, isn't it?
That's staying in there. That awkward moment there.
Yep.
Yeah. No, there's also a photo booth where I think you can go. They take a picture of you. You can scan a QR code and get in there and get your pictures.
Yep. Get your QR code.
I think they were also saying that there's a lot of refreshments, hot chocolate and that sort of thing, popcorn.
Yep.
And that's free.
Free. I believe there's a food truck that's not free. There's hot cocoa. There's all sorts of stuff.
Letters to Santa. That's
Letters
the other
to
one
Santa. I believe that's with the library too.
And so Santa will respond before Christmas.
Yes, Santa will respond before Christmas. Or you can just sit on his lap and tell him what you want.
You think he would be okay with me sitting on his lap and saying, "This is what I want, Santa"?
I feel like HR wouldn't be okay with you sitting on Santa's lap.
And probably the 50 kids that are
the 50 children.
On.
Like, come on,
not
get
cool.
out. Yeah.
And probably one of the bigger highlights too is the official tree lighting.
So Mayor will light the tree. It's always exciting. We have the Flint Hills Fairies are going to be on stage with him. Some of them are the elves from Santa's workshop. So
exciting times. So.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's a jam-packed event.
I'm gonna take my kids down there. So
yeah,
at least the older two. She might be napping at that time. So.
Well, yeah. Rose is gonna be down for the count. But
yeah. All right. I don't have a real good transition, so I'm just going to make this as awkward as possible. But
good. Great.
So we have 2 guests with us. Actually, 3 guests today.
We have 3 guests.
So
I'm really excited about one of the guests.
Yeah. Jack. The Goose Dog out at MacDonald Golf Course.
Jack the Goose Dog.
So we're going to have more hair in the dog hair in the studio that we have to clean up.
Jack and I are going to compete about which one of us can shed more in this studio.
Yeah.
So, but I love Jack. I love Border Collies, and he's such a good boy.
He's going to have his handler and
Ron.
I believe Superintendent out at Mac, Ron, and then our Director of Golf, Jesse Coffman, will be here.
Coffman. Yeah, new to Wichita.
Yeah. He's bringing a lot of great things to the golf division. So why don't we take a quick break, and we'll bring them all on.
All right.
We'll be right back.
And welcome back. With us, we have a very special guest. He's posed just perfectly. This is Jack. And he is the only thing I'm concerned about with the rest of this podcast. I will be ignoring all questions and everything else except for Jack.
So this sheet is what I need to pay attention to.
Yeah, you go ahead and pay attention to that because I'm not about it.
All right, so you guys want to tell us a little bit about Jack and why Jack is special?
Okay, come here, Jack. Come here. Jack is a border collie that MacDonald Golf Course purchased from Flyaway Geese Kennels 3 years ago. Main reason is because of all the lakes on MacDonald Golf Course and fenced in, the geese population was just out of control in the wintertime. And he's specially trained to chase geese, has commands to use, and we still have some geese around and probably always will, but we have really eliminated what we consider a big problem. We're able to control it now. We're still working on over time. Hopefully we get to where no geese want to come there at all. So,
and he is the most well-behaved employee in the golf division.
Second, behind Jesse.
He's got a pretty sweet gig too, I think. Yeah.
Hi.
Oh yeah, some of the golfers will carry treats, and they know him by name, and too, they've made comments. They really appreciate him being there because they've known what it's like when geese can make quite a mess on the golf course, and that's really been cut down probably 90%. So
yeah, growing up, the course I was on, it was right on a river, and it was a 9-hole course, and geese all the time, and so you're just walking through all their droppings, and it's not fun. So I'm sure it's a big improvement. So. First off, why don't we start, Jesse? Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are and what you do.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Jesse Coffman. I'm the division director for the director for the golf division. I came on board with the city of Wichita in June, I believe, of this past year. So I'm 5 months in, roughly. I come here. Prior to coming here, I was in Virginia. I was in kind of the same role there for the Fairfax County Park Authority. I had 8 golf courses I was in charge of there. So coming to Wichita was closer to home for me, which I loved the job that I had there, but I wanted to come closer to home, and this was a great opportunity. And I absolutely love the fact that we came here. It was the best decision I could have ever made. So with the staff that I inherited, Ron, and just everybody at all the courses is fantastic. So it's been a great move for us.
Ron, how about you?
Well, I've been in the golf business since 1984, so it maybe tells my age a little bit. But I've been with the city since 2003. I started out at L.W. Clapp Golf Course, and I've been at MacDonald since 2008. So that's basically what I'm doing is all I've ever known for a long time, and can't imagine ever doing anything else. So.
Did you have to get special training? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Did you have to get special training to handle Jack? And
well, the kennel owners delivered him from North Carolina to here, and they spent about a half day with us, basically just going over some things, helping to understand his commands and have full list. And I've talked to him on the phone, a few times originally, not too much. Now I just text pictures to him and stuff, so they still appreciate that. But main thing was it took a couple months for him to get used to me and me to him. Personally, I've never had a dog since we had a family dog when I was junior high, so it was an adjustment for me and my wife. And but no, we love having him around, and once he got to trust me, I think more than anything else, he's a piece of cake to take care of.
That's great. I love that.
Very good. We like to kick these things off. We kind of jumped right in with Jack, but we like to kick these things off with a game we call Two Truths and a Lie. Now, Ron, we just kind of threw you into this, so I don't know if you're prepared or not, so we'll give you a pass.
That's okay. All right.
But we do this game, Two Truths and a Lie, lay out 3 facts, and we try to guess which one's the lie. So, Jesse, did you come prepared?
I do, yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'll start. I've got 2 tattoos, which obviously I'm covered now, but I've got 2 tattoos. I used to actually have my own radio show in Southeast Missouri. It was a golf talk show. And then as an adult, I've lived in 6 different states. So forget my childhood. Once I turned 18, from then forward, I've lived in 6 different states.
I think the last one is the lie, and I think you've lived in more states than that.
And I'm going to say it was the second one. It was a television show, not a radio show.
You're actually both wrong. I don't have any tattoos. I'm a wuss. So I don't have a tattoo. But no, I did have a little golf talk show in Southeast Missouri, and it actually is 6 states.
That's awesome.
I have 0 tattoos as well. So
all right.
Maybe this is our next municipal government podcast, is you getting another golf podcast.
I'm ready. That would be great.
I think people would be into it.
I don't know, because then we would lose our spot as number 2.
We're number 2. I mean, who doesn't love a municipal government podcast? But people might listen to golf.
We had a lot of luck. We got a lot of traction going. There's people that play golf are psychotic almost. They're obsessed. So anything with the word golf, they're in. Yep. So it makes my job good.
Call it really a case of the shanks or something. You know.
Hey, don't say that word out loud.
I don't know what that is.
Said the S word. That's right. Megan, you want to go?
Yes. Okay. So mine are about geese. Okay. So if a goose is injured, other geese will stay with it until it rejoins the flock or dies. They're very loyal creatures, apparently. And then geese can live up to 15 years. And then geese were first domesticated 3,000 years ago in Egypt.
I'm going to say the first one's false because geese are jerks.
Yeah.
And they look out for numero uno.
Numero uno goose. Yeah. That one is true. Oh. And geese can live up to be 20 years old. That was the lie.
20 years old, really?
I know. They refuse to die because they're too mean. So.
All right. I went with some personal golf facts.
There we go.
I have stepped on a snake 2 different times while playing golf.
Ooh.
The highest I've ever placed in a high school tournament was 10th, and I have met Corey Webb and Annika Sorenstone.
I want to say you've placed higher than 10th.
Okay.
And chances are, if you were at the tournament in Hutchinson, you would have met Annika Sorenstone and Corey Webb.
I didn't meet him in Hutch, but yes, I have met both of them. It was this year up in Salina, for the senior PGA championship.
Yeah.
So, Megan?
I recognized very little about what you just said to me. So
Jesse, you were right. I placed 4th in the tournament. I tied for 3rd and went into a playoff and got 2nd in the playoff. So
nice.
Yeah.
There
so
you
I'm
go.
getting 4th. So.
All right.
Anyway, all right, moving on. So we can talk a little golf now, which I'm very excited for this interview. I think I tried to reach out to you maybe your first week here. I wanted to
I had no idea who you were. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. But,
I do remember that.
But no, we figured we'd give you a few weeks on the job before we brought you in here. So anyway, tell us a little bit about how golf's going right now.
It's bonkers. November, the weather kind of broke. We didn't have a lot of good days, so that's the only thing that gave these guys a break. Any day we have nice weather, the courses are packed. If we had twice as many tee times, we would probably fill every tee time. So it's a great problem to have, and I think with the thing everybody says, COVID got everyone outside. It was something you could do, and it kind of took off from there. And I think it's kind of becoming a cool sport. When I was young playing, it was only cool if you were a player. Everyone else looked at you like maybe you're not so cool. But I think you go on YouTube now and there's so many different types of people playing golf, and it's just really become a bigger sport to reach a lot more audiences. So it's a great time for the sport right now.
Yeah, very good. And I was out recently, played in a tournament out at Tex, and noticed that the wall along the lake there, I guess it's on hole number 9, has seen some improvements. Talk a little bit about the renovations and different improvements you guys are doing at the courses.
Yeah, that was actually done in-house. Seth, the superintendent there in Grant, they kind of spearheaded that project and did it all just over the course of the summer as they had time, and it turned out phenomenal. So, extremely happy with that. At MacDonald, we've done a ton of work, and I'll actually let you elaborate on the work there with the ponds if you want to kind of talk about what we've done.
Okay. Yeah, we had a contractor this year. We did approximately $380,000 worth of work. First of all, replaced 2 bridges and rehabbed another bridge that had been closed for about 2.5 years. And probably the important thing is all the lakes, we retain water for irrigation because we're the only golf course of the 4 that do not have a well. So when we're not able to pump water from our lakes, we have to purchase city water, which is fairly expensive for the amount we need to purchase. So over time, the lakes had deteriorated, the dams and overflows had deteriorated, where 2 of the lakes would not hold water sufficiently for irrigation. In the main pumping lake, it was holding water, but every time it rained and filled up, it was down about 600,000 or 700,000 gallons than what it could be. So between the 3 lakes, now we can store on site 4.5 million gallons of water for irrigation, where before we were down, we'd get about 1.5 million on storage after a rain. So it's made a huge difference. It'll make a huge difference in our bottom line. So it was a very good project, well needed.
So those lakes serve a purpose other than eating my golf balls.
Exactly.
That's right. Yep. You do raise the level of the water a little bit, so we appreciate it. No, and I think that with the fairways at Mac, a year like we just had, the drought that we had, it's so hard when you're using city water. We can't water enough. We can't afford it. I mean, it would cost $1 million a year to water as much as we needed to. So with these improvements, even if we have a little bit more of a dry season again, we should come out a lot better. So yeah, we've done that. All the courses have had work done, and I'm really excited about the work that we're getting ready to do. I came in and the first few months, it was just kind of putting a plan together on what projects we want to do and which, what direction we want to go. And the big project that we're getting ready to start on would be the clubhouse renovations. We're getting ready to do a complete clubhouse renovation at MacDonald, complete inside renovation at Sim, and then at Tex we're going to do, it's a lot of exterior stuff at Tex, so a lot of that painting the building, just kind of cleaning it up, giving it a better look. So I think that for the courses are great. When you get done playing right now, the atmosphere is just so outdated in the clubhouses. So we want to make sure our customers, when they come in, they have a place to hang out afterwards and really enjoy that social aspect of the game like they should. So really excited about that.
So, yeah, like one thing we like to do is sit around and have a few beers, because some of my buddies and I, we like to get that early morning Saturday tea time, get around really quick, and then we don't want the wives to know that be quiet. But we got around that quick, so we need to sit and have a few drinks.
Well, yeah, it takes 8 hours to play 18 holes.
Yeah. Don't worry, if your wife's like mine, she's not watching anyway. So
probably not. We're probably safe. Let's hope.
Yeah, there are diehard golfers like you, but one of my really close friends, Kim, she just bought a business, and so she was like, well, it's really hard to network when everyone that she's working with is out golfing. So she took, I think it was at MacDonald, some introductory golf lessons, and now it's just part of her week. She's not playing the 18 holes necessarily, but she goes out and she really enjoys it. Mm-hmm. And so I like what you guys have done, because there are introductory classes for people who want to learn. Right. And Kim's, and didn't start as a kid, she's older like me, so it's been really great.
And I think there's a lot of people that have never played, they're intimidated because you have no idea. You're walking up to this course, you don't know how to do anything. So I think taking those introductory classes, it's a very laid back setting. You can do it in a group setting, but taking that, it helps tremendously. You feel a lot more comfortable once you do get out on the course and you kind of know what's going on. So yeah.
And we've got pros that give lessons to
absolutely
all skill sets.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've got snag classes for kids that are from right now at 6 to 10. We're looking at expanding that from 5 to probably 12, and then all the way up to obviously any adult age. And then we've got group classes. We've got beginner classes, advanced classes, individual lessons, anything anybody wants, we offer it at the courses.
That's really neat.
Yeah, my daughter's taken the snag before, and for those who don't know, it's basically oversized clubs and tennis balls to kind of just teach them the basics of the swing and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's called, SNAG stands for starting new at golf. So it just kind of, if you've never played and you're 5 years old, trying to hit a club head that's 4 inches wide, it's hard, it's difficult, and it's not fun. So those oversized clubs and the oversized ball allows them to actually accomplish the goal that they're trying to hit the ball a little better, and it makes it more fun.
Yeah, that's
Very
really
nice.
cool.
Yep.
So coming up on December 17th, you have a Golf Wichita Wichita Golf Holiday Open House. Want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, really excited about that. It's at Auburn Hills, December 17th, as you said. It's going to be from 4 to 9. We've got a lot going on, so it's basically just a way for us to say thank you to all of our golfers, and to have a lot of fun. We've got one thing I didn't mention, at Auburn, we've just redone a lot of the inside of the clubhouse. We put TVs everywhere. We put a huge projector for events, and for afterwards we can come in after the round. Like I said, people can come in, watch games, and do whatever. So we're going to have drink specials set up. We've got free appetizers. We're adding to our menus right now, so we're going to showcase some of our new offerings as far as the food and beverage. We've got merchandise sales. Scott, his pro shop, he's going to have almost everything 20 to 50% off. Steve Belaski, the pro at Tex, he's going to bring some of his merchandise over. He'll be set up on a separate side of the building. So we'll have those things going. We're going to have games on the TVs. I'll be there just to kind of meet everyone, and I would love for everyone to come out and give me suggestions on what they would like to see. That's kind of what I use to build the blueprint for our business, so I want to know what the customers want so we can do that. I'll answer any questions. Kevin Bishop, our new food and beverage manager, is going to be there, so he'll be making the appetizers, getting all that ready, but he'll be there to answer questions and meet everyone as well. So we're hoping everyone comes out. There's some big games on that night, so it should be a blast.
Very nice.
But is Jack going to be there? That's my question.
Jack probably won't be.
Oh, well, I'm out.
As you can see, when he's ready to go to sleep,
he is
he's out for the
dead
count.
to the world.
10 or 15 minutes, he'll be up ready to go, though.
Yeah.
So speaking of getting feedback of the golfers and that sort of thing, something I've heard for years now is marshals and starters. So tell us a little bit about the program you have coming up with that.
Yeah, when I first got here, it was very obvious. We were so busy. The pros and all the staff, they're in the clubhouse. They're trying to get everybody checked in. Once you check it, the golfer checked in, it was kind of the Wild West. Once they walked outside, there was no control, and we just didn't have anything in place for that. So I started a volunteer program, trying to get volunteers right now. I'm up to over 50 already.
Very nice.
We'll really kick it off and get it started in the spring, but I'm hoping for just a starter and marshal program, just to be able to control, make sure everyone's having fun, make sure there's nothing going on the course. If someone that's never played, maybe someone just kind of help them along, but keep things moving on the golf courses. And I think this volunteer program is really going to help pace of play and just the overall experience for all of our golfers. And for the volunteers, they're going to earn free golf for every time they work. They're going to earn free golf. They get driving range access at any of the driving ranges. So I'm hoping this program, I feel confident it's going to really improve the experience for everyone.
That's really neat.
And speaking of improved experience and things out on the course, we're looking at food and beverage carts.
We are, yeah. We just bought 2 new beverage carts. They're at Auburn right now, but we're looking at adding those at every course. We right now, you get out on the course, it may be 2.5 hours before you get back to the clubhouse, and a lot of you want to have that beer, you want to have a drink. It may be hot, so we'll have whatever you need on the beverage carts coming around.
That's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to see out there on the course. I mean, you start off, you buy something in the clubhouse, and you make it 1-2 holes, and I was like, oh man, it's those hot days, and so it's definitely for sure.
Yep.
So some other improvements, we're looking at carts.
New carts, we're in the process of getting that. We have to put that out for bid, obviously, so we're working on that right now. The issue that everyone in the golf world is facing, if you order carts today, it may be 6 to 8 months before you actually get the carts. They're that far backed up.
That's wild.
Potentially a year, depending on the type of cart. So we are trying to move that as fast as possible and get that in place, but I'm hoping, I don't want to be unrealistic, June, July, we have an all-new fleet of carts at all of our golf courses. Our carts are they're done. They've been used a lot over the last 3 years, so it's time to replace them and give our guests a better cart.
And we'll probably sell those old carts too.
We will. That's going to be a part of the
on the Purple Wave.
We actually will. It's almost like a trade. Whoever we go with to get the new carts, they will purchase the cart. They all do that.
I had no idea. That's really neat.
Golf carts right now are almost like used cars. They're in extreme high demand because you can't get carts. So it's a kind of a good time.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Personal thing here. Are we doing electric or gas carts?
I would love to go all electric. The problem is some of our facilities don't have the infrastructure to charge the golf carts. You have to have somewhere to charge them. So my goal this time is to do as many electric carts as I can with the lithium batteries. The new lithium batteries are faster, they last forever. And then the next fleet that we get, have the building ready for the all electric.
Very nice.
Yep.
Talking about some other maintenance improvements you guys have going on as well?
Yeah, the golf courses, like I said, this year has been a big challenge because we had no rain. Basically, I think, like I said, I started here in June. I think we had one rain after I moved here, and it was the first week I was here. We didn't have another one until November 1st or something. So there's a lot of challenges this year. But with that being said, not trying to make excuses, next year we've got new equipment that we've ordered, new mowers, new greens mowers, different things, fairway mowers. So our equipment, just like the carts, is old. It's in need of repair or replacing, so we're working on that. And then trying to free these guys up to do the things. All these guys, they really take pride in what they do. They want the courses to be as good as possible, so it's I feel like it's my job to give them the support they need to do that. So we're looking at a lot of different plans and different things to let them really turn these courses into what they want them to be.
And to do that, you guys need staff. So here, probably before too long, we're going to start turning the corner, looking to spring and needing to hire some seasonal staff to help with mowing and that sort of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. That's especially the last few years, that's been a big challenge. So we'll start really looking probably late January. I mean, I would like to have everyone in place before it's too late. When we're looking after we need people. So we will be doing a lot of hiring both in the clubhouses and outside.
Just so you know, in high school, I did mow greens and mow tee boxes. So if you guys really need the help, I could spend a few days outside the office.
We can work on a schedule for him after we're done here.
Tyler's just trying to get out.
You're available. Are you available on Saturdays and Sundays?
Yeah, we can make it work.
All right.
I'll work for free golf.
That would be a good job for like a kid, out of high school.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, because of regulations, we cannot hire people under 18 cannot operate motorized equipment.
Sure. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So, like you said, when you're in high school, I did that when I was in high school.
Yep.
But now you can't. So.
But in the clubhouse is cart staff,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of positions. So, it's a great job. I mean, once just like him, I did the same. I've done this since high school, and I mean, I don't want to do anything else. Never have. So.
That's really neat.
Very nice. So, looking towards next year, you got some different events planned?
Yeah, we're really working on ramping up the events. I think with the new clubhouses, once those renovations get done, that's a big problem right now is you have an event. There's nowhere, the part of that is the social part. Everyone getting together. You have the kind of the party afterwards. We don't really have the facility. We haven't. But after the renovations, we'll have TVs up everywhere. We'll do live scoring. We'll do a lot of different things. So I think we are ramping up the events, more in-house events. So we're going to host a lot of, I'm looking at tournaments with the 4 majors on the PGA Tour. I'm going to have a tournament that coincides with each one of those, and you're basically partnered with a professional on TV, so it'll be your score and their score added together, and we'll have a series throughout the year called the Grand Slam. We've got a lot of different things that we're working on the golf guide that will go out, I think, around the 1st of February. That'll have everything listed in it. So, and of course, our website will keep it up to date as we start adding these things.
Very
That's
nice.
really neat.
Yep. What is that website?
It's golfwichita.com.
Yep, there we go.
Okay. Put me on the spot there.
No, I had you in
it's just the link on the bottom of my computer. It's the icon. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah. So, all right. Anything else you guys want to add about golf courses before we get to dad joke time?
No, I mean, I do want to say thank you to everyone, all of our customers. I mean, we have a membership now that's, I think it's up around 1,700 members right now.
Wow.
I think in the spring that'll grow. So I just want to say thank everyone. I'd say thank you to everyone. I know the last couple of years I wasn't here, but it's kind of been up and down on which direction we were going to go. So everyone that stuck with us through that, I think that in the next few years you're going to be happy with the direction we're trying to go in.
Very nice. I know I'm looking forward to getting out a little more often. And my girls are getting old enough now; they want to go with me, so
Sure.
I have an excuse to get back out there.
Yeah.
All right, dad joke time. Who wants to go first?
You know what?
Go?
I will go first.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. What is a golfer's worst nightmare?
I just saw this. I can't remember it.
I don't know.
Can I ruin it?
Ruin it.
The bogeyman.
The bogeyman. Yep.
Oh,
I've got another one.
that's solid.
So did you hear about the 2 people who met on a golf course?
Not.
It was the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I've got.
We were talking about geese earlier. You know how they fly in a V?
Mm-hmm.
You ever noticed how there's more geese on one side
No.
of the V? Like it's never even?
Mm-hmm.
You know why that is?
Why?
Because there's more geese on that side.
I did know that one.
That's good. I like it.
We got Jack here, so I'll talk about my dogs. My wife asked me if I knew she asked me if I'd seen the dog bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I said I didn't know he could. That's pretty cool.
I can just see the stare your wife would give you.
Oh, yeah. I can see the eye roll and the walk away is what I can see.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but golf balls are like eggs. They're white, sold by the dozen, and after a week you need to buy more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and if NASA, if they really want to explore Mars and if there's water on Mars, they just need to send me up there and give me a golf ball. I will find the water. So.
Yeah, you're talking about eggs. I got one more. I ordered a chicken and an egg off of Amazon, so I'll let you know.
Okay, thanks. That's good. Solve that. Mm-hmm.
Very nice. All right, Ron, did you happen to have one?
None that I can say right here.
All right. Yeah, like I said, we put you on the spot.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, jump up here. All right. Thank you both for so much for coming on the show and talking golf
Want
with us.
Get up here.
So,
Come on,
Jack, you want to say goodbye?
Come here.
Oh, he's
Say
such
goodbye.
a good boy.
Yeah.
There's Jack.
Say goodbye to
He's so
everybody.
Thank you, Jack,
photogenic.
for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, guys,
Playing along.
thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to come on and
All right.
hang out with you guys. Hey, buddy.
And thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or a topic you want to learn about, please email us at social@wichita.gov. We'd love to hear it and have that stuff on the show. So, again, thanks for watching.
Oh, I know what I was going to tell.